Okay. Okay, what's going on, guys? So we have news coming up here in about 25 minutes. Core retail sales. So that's going to come out here at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Should affect gold. So we're just going to see how this plays out. This is my current analysis for gold. Buys with the break and close above here, sells with the break and close below here, and might even want to consider like buys with the break and close above here, because we do have this past area here and a past area here, and that's probably why we're rejecting here. So buys above 16, 15.9 might make a little bit more sense. And if you caught this move on GJ, congrats. This was a very easy breakdown, a very easy setup that I see happen all the time. We had, a strong bearish close here, obviously below this huge zone here, this huge range here. And then this candle right here was weak bullish, but with this huge wick. So, anytime you see wicks, that are rejecting to the downside from the upside to the downside, that's usually screaming sells. And so with this specific setup, bearish, strong bearish, weak bullish, and then the break of the low, this happens all the time across all time frames. And, you might be thinking like, okay, cool, if I look at lower time frames, price action looks like shit on GJ, and you're exactly right. So anytime, you look at lower time frames and price action looks like shit, then you need to, go to higher time frames and see, if you can find confirmations as far as where price action might go from there. And so that's exactly what happened, on first looks. The price action here on GJ looked like shit. Based on 30-minute and 15-minute, but if you look at hourly, you can see, okay, cool, we have a clean candle moving down. This one, pushed really hard up, broke the high, but closed weak bullish. So if we break the low, we can trail stops above the high here, and we can anticipate price to continue just like it did for about like 100 pips or so. That move was there. Total, I closed, I did catch it all the way through this move. I secured partials about 20 pips down, and then close the full position as TP was hit down here at 165.300. So it was a good trade. It was a good trade. Very pleased. It was a good trade. And I'm probably not going to be looking for anything else at this point. This trade I already took reduced risk. Number one, because it's Friday. Number two, because stop loss was pretty big here. Stop loss was over 30 pips. Typically, I don't like stop loss over 20 pips. So, I trailed it based on the hourly. Could have looked at, lower time frames, to have stop loss at a better spot. But even then, we're still looking at least 30 pips, so it would have had to have been, stop loss would have had to have been based on, at least the 15-minute candle, which was going to be, 30 pips no matter what, 30 plus pips no matter what. So I actually took less than half of the normal lot size that I take. Number one, just because of the large stop loss, but number two, because it's Friday and didn't want to take any dumbass trades. We kind of had the same thing happening here on gold, where we had strong bearish, weak bullish, and then super weak bearish. So if the low breaks here on the hourly, we should continue, but we have resistance right here about 4 pips away, so it doesn't make sense to take an entry based on that. You would want to see a break and close here below 1653 to execute there. And while you're jumping in, make sure you like the stream here. Make sure you show some love so more people can find the stream. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications so that way when I go live in the future, you'll get notified when I post videos in the future. I tend to post market analysis for Asian session, London session, New York session daily, plus go live at least 2 to 3 times a week. So make sure you are aware. But it's been a beautiful morning so far. It's been a beautiful Friday. This is actually my best trade all week. And another thing that's funny about this is, this move here, like I said, it was reduced risk. Excuse me, because stop loss was huge, and also Friday. But because I was able to catch 40 pips or so in all of my trades this week, I was able to reduce risk to mitigate the losses. This outweighed all my losses from this week, which actually I took a loss every day this week, Monday through Friday. So it was a little bit of a rough week as far as execution. But when you manage risk properly, you're able to make your losses back based on the wins you take. So that's the ball game. Four-hour support here on gold and a huge rejection on the daily. Now we got about 17 minutes until the 30-minute candle closes. And that's also when news is going to come in here this morning as well. So we have core retail sales. The past release in September was bad. August was good. July good. June bad. May good. So they're forecasting, let's see, they're forecasting minus 0.1%. The previous was minus 0.3%. actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So if they release maybe 0% or greater, that's going to be really good for the currency. So that's going to mean that gold's going to drop. If it's worse than forecast, then we should see gold go up. Dan, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, this setup plays out all the time. So, if you didn't catch this trade, then screenshot this. Put it in your back pocket for the future, because this setup plays out all the time across all time frames. And whether it's a bullish move or a bearish move, it plays out all the time. I'm sure we can find more examples of this playing out here. Yeah, right here is another example of a bullish move that played out just like that. Two options here. We had the bullish, the weak bearish, and then the bullish entry could have been break of the high here. Obviously didn't continue like we would have wanted it to continue, but that's just the probability of it. Doesn't work out every single time. You just got to manage risk in these situations, and it also depends on time frame or the time of the day. So things like same thing right here, bullish, weak bearish, we had the break of the low but strong rejection, then the next candle broke the high and just continued it. Like, it happens all the time. Same thing right here. Yeah, happens all the time. Right here, bearish version, another bearish version. Yeah, you get the point. You get the point. Absolutely, Dan. Absolutely. No problem. Anything to help. But yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm going to execute anything else today. I don't think I'm going to trade news. Just wanted to hop in the stream here, just see what happens here with the news and go from there. And just to kind of preface news, typically the best way to execute news is to place, buy stops above the previous 30-minute candle and sell stops below the previous 30-minute candle. So that candle that you would be doing it on, since we have 8:30 a.m. Eastern time news event, the candle that you would be doing that on is going to be the 8 a.m. Eastern time 30-minute candle. So like I said, buy stops above, sell stops below. Essentially whatever one gets triggered, you just close the other, and then pretty much close the active one like ASAP. Just based on, profits that you want to see. But it's going to move quick. So you definitely want to secure as soon as possible if you're going to execute. But like I said, probably going to be safer if you sit out. It's Friday. Yeah. But nonetheless, we'll see how it plays out. We'll see. But yeah, it's funny, gold's price action looks a lot better. Like if you look at, we had huge range here on GJ, and, gold made low, made high, made low, made high, made low, etc. It's been moving super clean. So you know, I was anticipating like a trade to be more valid on gold than GJ, but I'm glad it was GJ because that's how I like to trade. That's all I cared to trade. Cool. Let's see. Let's see. About 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and we got news coming in. 10 minutes. Gold's pushing down, just like I was talking about. You know, makes perfect sense here on the hourly, you know, break of the low to continue down. And then also on 30-minute makes perfect sense. 15-minute no wick on this previous close, so you know, means that there's very little range for it to go, which, you know, makes perfect sense because we have support level right here. So we could see that rejection there, and that's ultimately why I have the sells below 1653 here listed, because that range just wasn't big enough here. This is not a big enough range. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go fill up my coffee. I'm going to go refill real quick. Okay. Bro, can you write level of buy and sell with TP as it's not clearly visible to me? Yeah, so Harshit. So basically what this means is, sell with a break and close below. So it doesn't mean that if price goes below this area, you're going to take sells just randomly. You need confirmations. But we have news coming in the next 5 minutes or so. So, it's not going to be wise to take a trade right at this time. But yeah, that's pretty much what that means. And then target for sells, is kind of the take profit area. So I'm not sure if that makes sense or what, but yeah. Because the levels and stuff are all written here. But let's get rid of all of this here on gold because we have the news coming in about 3 minutes. And so this is essentially what you're going to be looking for if you want to execute on this. So this is the 30-minute candle right here. 30-minute candle. Now once this closes, you're going to want to have sell stops below, buy stops above, and you might have to adjust these, based on the spread coming in here. But essentially what you're going to be looking for is, if the high is broken, your buy stops are going to be triggered. It should respect the low and it should continue. You want to secure. And then for sell stops, if the low is broken, it should respect the high and it should continue bearish. You want to secure. Igor, what's going on? Yes, welcome. Let's definitely get beautiful candles. Everybody's always learning. But cool, this is what we're going to be looking for. Buy stops above and then sell stops below. All right, so we have about 50 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Wow, it's not breaking like I was expecting. Yeah, didn't move like I was expecting. Maybe news wasn't as impactful as it should have been. Or maybe it's just Friday and news doesn't give a shit. Let's see what it says. Let's see. So it's... Oh, it's better. Okay, it's better. So actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So gold should go up. Or sorry, gold should go down. Gold should go down, sorry. Because forecast was negative 0.1%, actual was 0.1%. So actual is greater than forecast, so that's good for gold. Meaning that it should go down, but it's just no volume here. I'm surprised. No volume. Well, nothing. Harshit, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Please actually tell you what. Yeah, so if you executed on this, like I said, you know, you would have the sell stops below the 30-minute candle, buy stops above the 30-minute candle. Your sell stops should have gotten triggered here. You would have closed buy stops, but you would have trailed your stop loss based upon the high of the candle at the time. So you would have been stopped out because the high of the candle was probably like there or something. So you would have been you would have been stopped out. But based on the news here, this should continue down. You know, like it says, actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So the US dollar should be going up, which since it's gold US dollar is the pair here, then we should continue down. Shaquille, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I'm very surprised that that didn't play out. I guess that news just didn't bring in any volume. Guess it's probably Friday or whatever the case might be. I mean, the other option is you could trail stop loss above the previous 30-minute high. If it breaks a high, then that would invalidate the sells. Since it's already broken the low, you know, it should continue down, you know, about 62 pips or so. But it doesn't look like it. Candle going against your direction does not mean a good thing. When candle's going against your direction, you got to take action. You got to take proper action. Close partials, do what you need to do. Close a full position, whatever you need to do. But all right, so let's redo our analysis here on gold. So if we look at the daily here, we obviously had, you know, big bearish candle rejection yesterday. You know, candle is currently moving bearish, kind of rejecting. So not really much information based on the daily. We'll look at the 4 hour. We can see, okay, cool. We have a support area here, which clearly the current 4 hour candle is rejecting. About 20 minutes left in the 4 hour candle, so kind of just have to see what happens there. And that also aligns with this 1 hour support that we have here. Now we also have 1 hour resistance here too. So 1 hour is kind of like in a little range. Price fell from this area. We also have some traffic here. So we'll want to see what that looks like on lower time frames, specifically 30-minute, and go from there. So that's kind of how, you know, you want to do this top-down analysis is, now come into 30-minute, we can see price fell from there. We have this traffic area right here. We have, you know, this little range that we're currently in. Price did break below here on the 30-minute, but it's broken the previous 30 minutes low, but it's currently rejecting. So have to be cautious there if you're looking to take sells. But sells below here makes good sense. You know, nice range to fill. And then buys above would have to be, yeah, that's only 15 pips, so you wouldn't want to trade that range. You know, I would want to aim for something over 30 pips, so we got 74 pips there. So that's where buys above would be. So let's make this a little bit easier to understand. Buys above. Then this would be target for buys. We'll look for sells below here. And target for sells. And that's basically what you'd be looking for there. But man, I'm really surprised that that news didn't bring in any volume. Typically USD news, red folder event news, especially when they're announcing any types of rates or numbers or anything like that, it tends to move price pretty heavily. So I'm really surprised to see this. But man, this GJ move right here was beautiful. And at this point, kind of just got to chill and see what happens here. Got to see what happens here. Might not be any action, to be honest. You know, Friday could just be a slow day. Slow waiting game at this point. We see GJ rejecting huge, so this proved to be a valid zone here. Keep in mind we got 4-hour candle closing in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna have to do some more research on this core retail sales. I'm gonna try and backtest this and see what has happened in the past. I don't remember core retail sales specifically, but we have September 15th, August 17th. Let's just check it out now. We're waiting, so let me see. Is there a go-to date or something? Can't remember. Okay, I don't know. Let's go back here. We're looking at, okay, September 15th. September 15th, and we should be looking at 8:30. Okay, yeah, so didn't really bring any type of crazy action, but at London close, we saw a big move. So yeah, that's September 15th. Wow. And yeah, so this actually, no, I mean, this would have played out because, well, depending on how that 30-minute candle moved, that would have played out because you're looking at this is the previous 30-minute candle where you would have had buy stops and sell stops. You can see it did break below, but it depends on what time that actually happened. If it broke below first and then went up, you know, that obviously would have triggered sell stops and then went up and, you know, probably stopped you out and triggered buy stops. So that's interesting to see. But cool. So let's go back. What was the other one here? The other one was August 17th. So let's check out August 17th. August 17th. I'll put another line here. 17th. Yeah, same type of thing. Highs and lows were broken. Interesting. And the rates were good here. So actual was better than forecast. Or the numbers that were released. I don't know if it's rates or whatever the fuck it is, but The numbers that were released were the actual is better than forecast, so that's good for currency. That means gold should have went down. As you can see, we had a bullish candle and then it went down. So yeah, maybe this is a note to self that core retail sales numbers don't mean shit. Let's check July 15th, because we're basically 0 for 3 right now. We're looking at current one, didn't really play out the way we wanted it to. September didn't play out based on the back test, neither did August. So let's go back to July 15th and see. July 15th. Okay, right here. Oh, let me get my marker. July 15th, 8:30. Bingo. Okay, same type of thing. So we have bullish, broke the low and high. Let's see, numbers were good here, so gold should have went down. I don't know, maybe I'm just a retard here or what, but that's like 0 for 4. Let's check June 15th. June 15th. That's 8:30. Where the hell? Here we go. Yeah. So the high was broken. Low was not broken, but the high was broken and then price fell. So June 15th, it was bad. So gold should have went up. It did go up, but then it fell. So yeah, I'm just I'm coming to the conclusion here that core retail sales doesn't provide volume like other news events like FOMC, CPI, things like that, provide a lot of volume. So let's check out one last one, May 17th. And if this one's a dud too, then we can definitely say when core retail sales happens in the future, it's not worth looking at the charts. And we're about 8 minutes until candle closes, so still got some time. All right, so low was broken, closed bullish, high was respected, candles continue to fall. Actual was better than forecast, so price should have went down. So it makes sense. So that one makes sense. But overall, like none of them had volume like we typically see. Like for example, shoot, we're way down here. For example, this was CPI yesterday. So this was the 8 a.m. candle. This is essentially what we were looking to see happen today. So we have the 8 a.m. candle right here. We're gonna place buy stops above, sell stops below. Whichever one gets triggered, we're gonna close the other, and secure profits on the one that's triggered. So this makes perfect sense. Like this is what we typically see in red folder news events, like high impact news events. So this is the 8 a.m. Eastern time candle. News came in at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. We can see low is broken, sell stops would have been triggered, and price just tanked. 250 pips, 270 pips. So that's like what we were what I was expecting to see, based on the fact that we had core retail sales numbers today. But as we can see, that's clearly not what happened here. So I was wrong. But that's what you got to do when you take a loss, or you have an analysis that doesn't play out. You just have to see like, okay, why didn't this work? What did I miss here? So I'm gonna go back to my trading journal here, and I'm gonna go to my notes from gold for today based on core retail sales, and add in core retail sales has no volume. And we confirmed all of this just based on the back test, just based on looking at history, seeing what happened during these times in the past. Cool. That's some good information for the future. For the future, when core retail sales happens again, we're gonna know that it's some BS and we don't want to play with it. Yeah, Ashley, I just saw your Telegram message. If you're still here, basically my analysis here is broken down, just based on zone to zone trading. So, if we look at gold here, we can see, okay, we have 30-minute support here. We have 30-minute support here. We have 30-minute resistance here, this yellow line. We have 30-minute resistance support level here, and then 30-minute resistance here. So basically we're just looking like zone to zone trading, like what is the probability that if price closes above this 1659 area, what's the probability it's going to continue to 1667? And same thing here, if price closes below 1653, what's the probability that it's going to hit 1646? So like even based on this structure here, like this should have played out. This should have continued down. But, the news, is saying otherwise and so on. But, this is just basic like zone to zone trading. But anyways, Ashley, if you look at like some of my other YouTube videos, you'll see how I kind of break stuff down. So for example, if you come into my channel and you go to market analysis right here, the best ones that you'll be able to see like how I break it down is like the Asian session analysis. So you'll see Asian session analysis, and then you'll also see these New York live stream ones too. But I also have Asian session analysis lined up in here as well. And so this is more so like where I'm starting with a blank chart and I'm, coming up with an analysis of where price should go, and I'm breaking down like what I'm seeing, what should happen, et cetera, et cetera. So, the more you check out the videos, the more you consume the content, you'll start to see what happens, like how I take trades, like where I'm targeting and stuff like that. But also with like these live streams too, you'll see the same thing because, I'm obviously live trading here. But so now, gold will be looking for sells below 1653. Seems like buys are going to be higher probability. I'm definitely not taking any more trades today. I took the one GJ trade here, caught this move based on the hourly analysis, based on hourly candle breaking the low, and obviously it continued down straight to my target area. I was able to secure and close 40 pips, close partials at 20 pips, and then close the remainder of the position at TP down here. Gold, I tried to execute based on the news, but it just didn't play out, which is okay just because I took a really, really, really small. I literally took a 0.01 just to see if that was going to play out. Just to execute on it and see if it was going to play out like past news events. But cool, at this point, gold is definitely showing signs for buys here. This is obviously like a gladiator candle, really big candle here. So if you would be looking to take an entry, number one, you'd want to wait for this to close. And we'll want to see how it closes first. We got 15-minute resistance here. So got to be cautious about that. And to be honest, like at this point, the candle has moved so much, you might want to see a resistance form and then a support form and then take buys to retest the highs that are being created. Yeah, no top wick, candle immediately broke the high. I would not take buys here. No chance. No chance. Yeah, so this is a strategy I use all the time. So if I can give you any advice, Ashley, I'm not sure like where you're at in the trading process, but yeah, I mean, like the best advice I can give to you is, trade one pair, take one trade per day, and show up at the same time every single day on the charts. So for me, GJ is like what I love to trade. GJ is pretty much the only thing I trade. I do look at gold, however, and I've traded gold in the past. I like to keep it as an option, but I prefer GJ 100%. And I only trade New York session. I only trade from 6:30 a.m. Eastern time to 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. One trade, that's it. If it's a win, amazing. I'm going to cherish those profits. If it's a loss, amazing. I'm going to see how I could have lost less, how I could have not have executed that trade at all, or how I could have how I could have given that trade a second chance. So that's pretty much like what I do. And so I'd recommend you figure out the same thing for you. Find one pair that you can trade, find a time period that you can trade every single day where there's consistent volume that you can execute on, and only take one trade per day. Yeah, trend trading is definitely a little. Have a good one, Igor. Trend trading is definitely a little risky, in my opinion, just because you don't really know like when those trends are going to be respected, when they're going to be broken, et cetera, et cetera. So I like zone to zone trading much more. Number one, because you're just kind of taking what the market is currently giving you. So I definitely recommend that. And stocks before Forex, I never traded stocks, so I wouldn't say that that's necessary. I think stocks are much more difficult. It's all like news related. It's all like earnings related. I really don't pay attention to news at all, to be honest. And with Forex, you don't. You just look at zones. It's just simple. Okay, cool. We have clean candles here. I mean, so just like a breakdown of this. So if we look at like 30-minute, time frame here, it's very choppy. It's very choppy. We can see price had been ranging for quite some time. And so I just looked at the hourly time frame here. I saw this setup that I see all the time, range, strong bearish candle close, weak bullish candle, huge rejection. So I told myself if this 7 a.m. candle breaks a low, I'm going to execute and I'm going to target this area here. And so it broke the low, and within 15 minutes, take profit was hit, and we were laughing to the bank. And basically, what I'm saying is this has like no news affiliation, no news. Like, this is all just like looking at price action, seeing, okay, cool. I've seen this happen over and over and over again. If this happens, I'm going to execute, and that's kind of why I don't really like stocks, because it's a lot of like emotional based entries, like a lot of like, oh shoot, we're going into a recession, sell, But yeah, so it makes perfect sense why gold is rejecting here. Typically when we see candle close with no wick on the top, just like this one did, price will come up, break the high, just like this one did, immediately in the first couple of seconds of the candle being open, and then we'll see a big rejection. So, one thing that I would like to see if I was going to look for entries in gold would be like a weak 30-minute bearish candle. So basically the flip side of what we executed on here on GJ. So we had strong bearish, weak bullish, and then strong bearish. That's what I would like to see here on gold, is strong bullish, weak bearish, and then trade the strong bullish up to this level. That's what I would execute on. Your stop loss would just be below the current candle, but we don't know where that's at because that candle is not open at the moment. And you just kind of have to wait and see if that's even going to be an option. And sometimes you'll see this play out on 15-minute and it won't look as clear on 30-minute, and price will just continue. So just got to be mindful of, kind of what price is doing across all time frames. But we got about 25 minutes left until New York Stock Exchange open, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Who knows what we'll see happen. I probably wouldn't look to take anything else. Yeah, we might just be ranging for the rest of the session here. We'll have to see though. Be curious to see how the 15-minute candle closes here on gold. 15-minute candles aren't the best confirmations in my opinion, but sometimes on gold during high volume sessions, you know, you need to look at lower time frames for confirmations. Whoops. Didn't mean to move that. Let me see. What's up, Zach? Zach. What's good? Got about 5 minutes till this 15-minute candle closes. The only thing you got to worry about on this 15-minute candle with gold is this resistance right here. But this past one closed above. So what I would want to see is, you know, the hell? There we go. What I would want to see is, like, you know, gold, the 15-minute candle here on gold to close like super weak bearish above this, you know, 1662 line, which doesn't look like that's going to happen unless we get super strong rejection here. So it might be best to just wait for the 30-minute candle to print out here and just see, because, you know, traffic's a little bit cleaner here. We do have this rejection here, but if, you know, the 30-minute candle closes weak bearish and the next one breaks the high here, we got this candle here to fill, which would be, let's see, you know, like probably 40 pips or so. 27 pips, not too bad. But that's what I would look for if I was looking to take an entry. But like I said, you know, no more for me today. No more. Got that very profitable trade on GJ. Best trade of the week so far. Took a very tiny loss on the core retail sales news on gold. And we are chilling. Just want to see how this New York Stock Exchange open happens. Go from there. No more trades, so no more. The profit for today right here, GJ 40 pips. And so the whole move was 60 pips here, but I closed 90% of the position at like 24, 25 pips, something like that, and then let the rest run to my target here, which was 165.300. Hit take profit, closed me out. So 40 pips was like the total combined profit, which was, I used a two lot on that. And if you can do the math, you can figure out what that equates to. If you can't, you better Google. But yeah, GJ is coming back in this range here, so I mean, this is nothing. This was the move right here. If you executed it, then beautiful. If you didn't, probably missed the move on GJ for today. Especially because, you know, we might see some volume with London close, but, you know, just like these areas here that it's currently in is goat shit trading range. So wouldn't recommend any executions unless, you know, we go above 167, 200 or so. Or we form some sort of resistance to go retest these lows. $1,092. I think that's is that your guess? 700. Okay, let's see. So we Google pip calculator here. 40 pips. GJ. 2 lot. Bingo. Alright, so 15-minute candle close with no bottom wick. So just like, you know, we explained here on this, you know, 15, 30 minute, whatever, 15, 30 minute, 1 hour close, you know, with no top wick, you know, no bottom wick is the same thing. It's no different. Just shows that there's no range for, you know, the sells to continue. So we're probably going to see this wick down, and then price will probably wick back up and close. Oh, I did forget. No, I'll probably record a video later on, and yeah, I'll record a video later on. But I forgot. I wanted to do like a little review of the auto trader that I've been testing. Let me see if I can find the MyFX book link. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, so this thing's been moving pretty damn nice. Oh man, up 60%, 2.75% today. Yeah, so this, you know, this is just something that I've been testing since September 13th, so a little over a month. I deposited 1462. It's up 879 just in the last month. That's 60% gains in a month. That's fucking insane. If it does this month over month, man, I'm putting my whole fucking house on this thing. 22% in September, and I only traded like 14 days or something. And then October, you know, we're halfway through the month, it's up 31%. Shoo. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little video later on, just kind of breaking it down, showing how it works and stuff. I have no idea what any of this shit means. But yeah, moving really nice here. Moving really nice there on the auto trader. Okay, 10 more minutes until NYSE open. We'll see how these 30-minute candles close, and we'll go from there. Doesn't look like anything so far. Actually, it looks like a resistance starting to form here. Yeah, we got a little resistance starting to form here on GJ. So just like I was saying, you know, like if the resistance forms on 30-minute would be a higher confirmation, then you can, you know, sells would be possible to retest the lows created here, 70 pips or so. That would be pretty solid. But it's Friday. Friday's typically a trap day in the markets. I've lost a lot of profits on Fridays in the past. So if you're going to execute, be safe. I ain't gonna do it. Ashley, saw your message in the Telegram. No, I don't trade on any time frames lower than 15 minute. I don't even like to trade on 15-minute time frame, to be honest. 15-minute time frames has very low confirmations, but sometimes like on a pair like gold, you got to look at 15-minute time frame for confirmations to catch moves, because sometimes that thing just moves fast. I mean, just like you can see, these candles are pretty big. Yeah, the higher the time frame, the higher the confirmation. And realistically, like, you should be able to tell a story based across all time frames. You know, so the key time frames that I think about are daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute. Those are the key time frames that I'm executing on. And basically what I do is, you know, I do a top-down analysis. So let's just do an example here. Remove all drawings. We're going to go up to the daily time frame here on gold. So we see here, okay, cool, the previous day's candle on gold was, you know, strong bearish. We had a huge, you know, move down, and then price rejected and corrected. And so the current one wicked up and moved down. And so that's kind of like where we want to start telling the story. So, you know, based on the daily, we don't really have much confirmations on what could happen. You know, we don't have a lot of information. The only thing that we can really see is we have like a lot of traffic in this area. So, you know, it makes sense that price has rejected this area so hard and closed above, because we see the traffic here, we see the traffic here, but we need to figure out what that means on lower time frames. So I'm just going to put that line there, and then we'll drop down to 4 hour. So now based on 4 hour time frame, we can see that there was a lot of rejections at this level, this 1662 level here in the past. And so, you know, what I would do is I would leave that about right there. And then I would also look for most recent support and resistance on 4 hours. So most recent support's there, most recent resistance is there. So now you see we're starting to tell a better story of, you know, what could happen with price if X, Y, and Z happens. So now based on the hourly, let's adjust these zones a little bit. You know, we have a little disruption here. And let me just make this bigger. We have a little disruption here. We have rejection here. Clean candles here, clean candles here, clean candle here. Some rejection there. And, you know, very obvious support level there. Support here. Not really relevant at the time, though. So now let's look at 30-minute. So 30 minutes is like the best time frame, in my opinion, to make these zones based on. It's you know, just because I'm looking for quick scalps. You know, it's a good confirmation as to where price might go next, but at the same time, it's going to give me, you know, what I want to get. So we have, you know, resistance here. We have this pass area here, traffic, rejections. So that's why the buys above are there. Now the sells below are obviously here, and then we'll want to target this area. So we're just looking like, okay, where is price currently? Price is currently in this range. So what is the probability that it's going to continue bullish? What is the probability that it's going to continue bearish? So right now, you know, we don't really have any probability at all based on anything, because we saw this move up, candle closed with no wick at the top, and now it's rejecting super hard back into the range. So now we just have to continue to wait and see what's going to happen here. And so that's when you might even want to look at 15-minute time frame and see like, okay, cool, what's going to happen here? So what I would do here is I would look and say, okay, cool, sells below here make perfect sense. And a target for the sells would be here, and that makes perfect sense. But what's going to happen on the flip side if we can experience buys? Well, we had this high created here, price is rejecting hard as fuck. So we might just want to see like if a support's going to form somewhere to retest these highs that were created up here, and potentially even go higher to here and infinity and beyond. But we have no idea if that's going to happen. It's all just anticipation. So sells make a lot more sense on gold right at this moment. But what we need to do is figure out or see what's going to happen if gold is going to make a support to go retest the high that was just created during this New York session, or if it's going to create a support that's going to be broken to continue to sell. So that's why price action's king. You just got to see what the hell's going on here. So this zone right here is kind of invalidated just based on candle just blasting through here and closing. So we're just going to see what happens here. This is obviously going to be a resistance now when candle closes, but you know, we obviously know that that's incoming, so we can just mark that up. And at this point, you know, there's just nothing here on gold unless price closes below here. And same thing with GJ, nothing here on GJ. Actually, you know, if this 30-minute closes bearish, you know, potentially an entry to retest these lows makes sense, 62 pips or so. But like I said, I wouldn't take anything on GJ for sure, just because like the move, you know, has pretty much happened already. But that would definitely work out, or it should work out. Should work out. Yeah, so it's starting to move pretty good there on GJ. Yeah, so let me just get rid of this, just so it doesn't confuse anybody. But yeah, this is what I would look for on GJ is, you know, we're going to see this close. Looks like it's going to close strong bearish. and probably go retest these lows. So you want to wait until candle closes. Want to wait until candle closes, and you just want to see how that candle closes. And then after it closes, depending on how it closes, if it looks tradable, what you're going to want to see is a wick up, and then price to come break the previous candle low. And then once it breaks the candle low, then you would execute impulse entry. And then price should continue down, probably to here at least. Looks pretty safe. 587 or so. Might want to just target 165, 600. And that's still going to be a really good move. But you got to wait and see. Patience is key. Patience is key with trading. But yeah, this damn gold, it don't know. Gold doesn't know what the hell it's doing. It's like a whipsaw here. Because even this 30-minute, this 15-minute candle closed with no wick on the bottom. I mean, there's no confirmations really for any of either move that happened there on gold. Yeah, no lower wick here on 30-minute. No lower wick here on 30-minute on GJ, so sells are not valid. Sells are not valid. And this is a past, rejection zone, so that might be why it might continue bullish from here. Yeah, that's no good there. That's no good there for GJ. Same thing on gold. I don't think there's a, is that no? Yeah, it's no bottom wick. Yeah, just nothing. Yeah, Friday is nothing. So what I recommend you do is close the charts like I'm about to. And if you caught a trade today like I did, plus 40 pips on GJ, then good for you. Amazing. If you didn't, review the charts, see where you could have executed during your session today. Figured out how you could have lost less if you took a loss today, and find out where your mistrade is, whatever. But hope you guys have a great Friday. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Do me a favor and like this shit, like this damn stream. Subscribe to the damn channel, turn on the notifications. Should be live next week, Tuesday and Thursday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time at least, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but just kind of play it by ear for that. Also got the free Forex Telegram community. The link is at MikePuglies.club. You can go there, MikePuglies.club, and this thing's gonna pop right up for you. Yeah, right here. Join that thing, and you'll get access to, be able to chat, whatever the fuck, it's a free community, whatever. If you trade Forex, hop in that bitch. But, yeah, long story short, we're going to wrap it up today. Make sure you tap into next week's sessions. Stay safe if you're on the charts, and we'll catch you later on. Peace out. Peace. Oh, what's up, Jordan? Good to see you, man.